Very good morning to all of you. Are you in spirits? High to learn something? No, this is not so. This is very low energy that you are exhibiting. Say yes, I want to learn today something new. Are you ready to learn something new today? We have Mr. Gurjot Singh here, who is going to enlighten you on the very subject matter. So if you would be so low in your energy, you won't digest the knowledge that will coming your way. So that's not how we, receive the knowledge, because then it will be received, come from one ear, go out from the other ear. It will not make a space in your mind. So when we talk about mind, it is very, very important at the time when you are in, where you are in, being a student. We all have gone through that passage. What scores the best for a student to be successful in life? Can any one of you, 3 hands may be raised, or some of you may tell me, what do you think that can score you the success? Raise your hands. Who want to answer? No one thinks? Come on. I'm seeing no one is raising answer. Raising hand for giving the answer. Yes, please. Stand up from your space and then speak. Do we have a mic around? All right, please. Very, very important point. Skill set. Skill set as to what? So you have to be accurate to the extent that is skill set for the work you are planning to do. So if I am trying to be a Formula 1 racer, then I don't need to learn the skill set of a lawyer. And if I am learning to be a lawyer, then in that case I need to learn the skill set of a lawyer. Am I right? So we have to, object has to be connected with the subject. Right? What else? What is the most important thing in life that we can do?
The positive mindset.
Oh yeah. Whether it is positive or not, I leave it at that. But your mindset, I will improve it by saying mindfulness. So this is precisely the word that was in my mind, that how we achieve the success in life. In everything we desire to achieve, everything we perform. So there would be chances of success, there would be chances of non-success, both ways. But your mindfulness is something which makes you achieve the desired result. So mindfulness is one very critical aspect. And how do you define mindfulness? Can anyone think about and then tell? Yes, come on. When I was your age, I used to stand and say, I would not feel that if I would be wrong, that I would be condemned. I would take my chances. Yes. Mindfulness.
Focus should be on your goals.
Okay. Right.
Like for me in my law field, I think that the practical aspect should be the most focused area. And to achieve that, I need to be particularly focused on that goal.
That's very philosophical PhD, answer. So I would say in a very common term. At the time when we were, growing, there was a very common proverb. Common sense is very uncommon. So mindfulness is that common sense. Do you agree with me? Can the mindfulness be the common sense? You have said it correctly, but at the same time it is at a very next level. So we are talking in a very generic term here. So mindfulness is the common sense that we generate by virtue of our own experiences and expression. but what we do to achieve that mindfulness. So there are certain ingredients in our own life that we desire to achieve, and discipline plays a very important role. Taking care of your own health is another very important aspect. That you are happy, healthy, and Gail, then you can be better mindful. Then third thing could be that you have some sort of compassion for the people who are surrounding you, for your own family, for others' family, for everyone. If suppose they need some help, then in that case, you can extend your help. But mindfully, so mindfulness is a combination of the things that we do, and this makes us being mindful or less mindful or no mindful. So the most important thing in my life, as I thought, you see, you all are a student, I was a student, but I was a student in Meerut at a time, and my entire education took place in Hindi medium, and thereafter I did my law from there only. My family was a middle class family, so my father was a clerk in a Heidel department. So it was all very not very hazy, rosy picture that I had. So in that time, I had to think and develop my own mindfulness to achieve what I wanted to achieve. So when I ingrain myself into my journey, so I found certain elements. So some of you would be from very good families, some of you would be from middle class families, some of you could be from lower strata of life. But don't worry about anything. Life gives full potential and full chances to all of you. It is how you apply your own reasoning or your own self into that situation that you can achieve the result that you desire. So that means that takes us to one very important consideration, that we should know what we want to achieve, that we can apply mind and be mindful. So if we do not know, so despite being mindful, we can't achieve, because we don't know what we have to achieve. Right or wrong? Come on. A little more louder. You all are going to be lawyers, and lawyers always shout louder than the judges. Of course. I am talking about the corridors. So being on the lighter note, so these are very, very important aspects. Some of them could be very critical, and then you can make your career, break your career, or make your career. It is all very much in your hand. So find the right examples, follow the right vision, follow the right ethics. We come to the topic of ethics, where we have the future of law, AI, technology, and ethics. So now we are already using the technology, and since last 3 years, we are using the artificial intelligence as well. And it is in common parlance, but at the same time, I will just exhibit some of the experiments that I did with AI. Means we have got the paid version of the ChatGPT and several other platforms, and then to test. So I put a file into it, the entire file with all the annexures, and after that I gave a command, all right, give me the argument note. So the argument note came some haziness was there, but I will say the accuracy was around 80%. The way all the relevant points which were there, couple of were missing, but then the argument note was very nice. But then there was still a story and nothing more than that, because what happens when you argue in the court, so you do not read the story to the judges. You need to collate your argument with the evidence that you have, with the necessary points, relevant document. You have to pinpoint. A document can be of 1,000 pages, and there would be only 3 relevant pages, or maybe 3 particular paragraphs would be relevant for that. So the artificial intelligence was not able to do that nitty-gritty for me. So this experiment I did last year. So with regard to my preparation of argument, it was not very useful. With regard to preparation of pleadings and the court petitions and all, one of my junior put all the documents into it, and asked it to prepare an SLP, specially petition which is filed in Supreme Court under Article 136 of Constitution of India. So this time the accuracy was only say 20 to 25%. It was devastating, very badly prepared draft, which have no cohesiveness, no understanding of the issues involved in the matter. And that person then brought it to me, sir, this has been made by the ChatGPT, the paid version. So being, using the technology is fine. We are going to come very soon, usher into a new scene when the computers will change from binary to quantum computers in coming time. That would be so the kind of speed that we see the systems are operating at would be very different. And when the quantum jump would be there, like you see me on a screen if I am virtual. So you would not see me on a screen if I am virtual. You will see my interface like standing. You all must have seen some AI movies and all, where a person is not present there at the spot, but at the same time his image is there present, like he's talking in real. So all those things would be possible in coming time as it seems. But at the same time, what is expected out of you being law student? What would you do? So you can make out a career into AI laws, but at the same time, till the time you make yourself a specialist, and for which my learned friend will guide you, what you need to do today to be a responsible user of AI, to be an intelligent user of the AI. Anyone thought about it? What all I can do to be a responsible, intelligent user? So, if you have not thought, then you must. Idea is, whatever we are doing, we must think what we are doing, why we are doing, and what would be the outcome. So we are shortening the process of work that we are doing, shortening our own labor. That's totally fine. But being intelligent in doing it is also very, very important. Like for example, in coming time, which I see, if suppose LLM technologies, which I had suggested to Honorable Chief Justice back then last year, if LLM technology is introduced in the process, today we have the large number of data of all those codes, which is synthesized and converted into and being used for the AI purpose, digital search, and everything is there. So if LLMs are used, then today we use keyword search. How many of you have searched judgments on different platforms? Can anyone say? How many of you have searched judgments? SCC Online, Manpatra, and blah blah blah. Done some research? Tell me, how do you search? So primarily it is the keyword search that we have today, but in coming time, when the LLMs are implemented, then it would be these are the large language models. So then in that case, it would be the contextual search. Today when we put a keyword and then the certain judgments pertaining to that keyword comes before us. But when we would do the contextual search, then in that case we would put a context, that we will written a line or two lines that I want this, like you do on ChatGPT. So ChatGPT provides you certain information pertaining to your query, or it expands your idea. Similarly, when you will write a couple of lines, so the judgments will come, and in all those judgments, what are the relevant paragraphs, what are the relevant lines, they would be figured. So that would further shorten your work in coming time. But at the same time, there would be less requirement of juniors, interns in the field. So how do you make yourself useful for the process? If suppose today law offices use juniors associate level juniors, senior associate level juniors, so they would not be required. If suppose everything would be done through AI, then what is the purpose that you are doing law and then not engage for 5 years, 10 years? How do you plan to earn your money or expand your horizon? So you must think of this line also. So therefore, you must think of how I can be useful to utilize the AI, utilize the tech that I have. So you must be conversant in using the tech. You must also see how I can best utilize and how I can modify the tech for the future. So unless you work, challenge yourself from the status quo that you are in, it is all good to be hale and hearty and spending good time with friends. But at the same time, be mindful. While you enjoy, you must substantially plan your career and think what all is ahead of me. In all the fields, in all the aspects of law, there would be reduction of employment in coming time. And by the time you all would be passed through, so there would be less requirement, because much of the work would be performed by the AI. So it is the skill set, the very first sentence told to me, who had said the skill set? Somewhere from this side, yeah. So it is the skill set which will work for you. So look the requirements from today, not today, 5 years ahead, 10 years ahead, and prepare yourself for that. Today, Indian legal industry is only $2 billion industry. As compared to the global legal industry, which is around $800 to $900 billion industry. So we are only very minimal of the global industry. But at the same time, this industry is going to develop into 10 billion by 2035. So how much you want to take out of it in your pocket depends on your skill set and your mindfulness. So with all that, I'll conclude my address today. I hope you have learned something and something better today. All the very best.